game. What are you watching?
Welcome back. And all I need to say is, I'm not worthy. I'm scum. I'm slime. Do you recognize this person? Brooklyn Decker from the pages of Sports Illustrated. Welcome to Fox Got Game.
Thank you. I'm very glad to be here.
All right,
my hometown.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about you being discovered in just a second.
Okay.
But you know how it's the dream of so many, well, especially women, to be models? Is it all you thought it would be?
All I thought it would be and more. I mean, you have the hard times. You're traveling by yourself and you get prodded and picked at all the time. But look at me, I'm on the show. I'm going to my sports games. I'm, going to the Super Bowl and working with Sports Illustrated. It's an absolute dream come true.
Going to the games, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Being on this show as a slice of success, I don't know about that. I think maybe your standards need to go a little higher or something like that.
No, it's fun. I mean, I'm from Charlotte, so I watch the show when I'm home. And so it's nice to be here. It's nice to be involved. I got lucky that Sports Illustrated, I got to do the modeling stuff. And then also that kind of turned into me doing things in the sports scene. So I lucked out with that one.
All right, you're in the pages of the current Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. And for anyone that has this, I know a lot of you do, what you want to do is go towards the back because this year's magazine is kind of split into sections. And your shoot had to do with kind of a Western motif.
Yes, it was all about music, and mine was the country music theme. So I got to be a cowgirl and wear some cowboy boots and ride some horses. It was really fun.
Tell me what a day in the life of Brooklyn Decker's like. And first of all, let me say, I Googled you to get a little information.
Oh, did you?
Oh my God, there's like 10 billion pages on you.
There's like random things. I've done it before. I'm guilty of, yes, Googling myself.
You Googled yourself?
I have. Is that bad? I know.
I think it's pretty. What was your first thought when you Googled yourself and it said 1, 2, 3, 4, dot, meaning the pages go on forever?
I was shocked. I'm like, who has the time to write about me and why do they want to write about me? But it was really weird when I saw like brooklyndecker.com, brooklyndecker.net.org, because I didn't make these websites up. So I'm like, man, someone really must be investing some time in this. And it was cool, but yeah, it was fun. SI is great.
Tell me what a day in the life of you is,
yes.
Especially, when you're working, when you're in the middle of a shoot, something like that.
Usually it consists of travel. I'm always on a plane. I swear half my life's in airports. And, I wake up really early. Call times can be as early as 3 and 4 in the morning. And I pull a lot of all-nighters to try to pack and then go to my jobs and that kind of stuff and go and shoot. And there's music thumping and then I try to look pretty for the pictures.
Or you try and reflect whatever the mood is?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it depends. I mean, there's all sorts of different shoots, and sometimes I find myself in crazy situations. I'm like, am I really shooting this? But it's really cool most of the time.
We've got some pictures of you. We're going to take a look at some of them, and I want you to kind of tell me, here's the first one right here. What's going through your mind? What did they tell you that you needed to convey on this shot?
Well, actually, it's really funny because I like these pictures. I feel they're sexier than last year, sexier, I guess. Because what's funny is I had a woman photographer, which is really different because with a female, I think things come across more romantic, I don't know. I really liked them, but
that's pretty hot.
What was I thinking?
What are you thinking there? Because you're on the saddle, you got the cowboy hat. It's not a beach scene, and usually on SI, we're used to seeing you on the beach.
That's what I really like this shoot because it wasn't your typical bikini on the beach. I was thinking, try to make this saddle look good.
So for every shot that we see, let's go ahead and see another one. For every shot that we see, okay, here's one where you're working with the horse.
I'm solely trying to stay on the horse. This horse was named Trigger, and he bit. So he'd whip around and bite me. This horse, I'm like, I'm getting bit here. I just didn't want to start bleeding. So that was an interesting shot.
Obviously, he didn't like the kind of perfume that you were wearing.
I guess not.
How tough is it working with an animal? I mean, now there's another factor that you've got to deal with.
It becomes, instead of controlling your body and you, it becomes all about the animal. So if the animal moves, you have to sort of shift your weight to pose on this animal. And it was really fun, and I really liked it. It's sort of like this majestic feeling thing with the horse. But I liked it. You would think you'd be more uncomfortable with less clothing, but it's quite the opposite because when you have less clothing like bikinis or lingerie, it's all about how you move as opposed to when you have on this big wardrobe, a big ornate dress, you have to worry about the seam falling the right way, this zipper not showing, this wrinkle not showing there. And so with lingerie and bikinis, it's much easier, I find, to model.
People that are very good make it look easy. How many people have come up to you and said, oh, I can do what you do? Piece of cake.
A lot of of people think it's a lot easier than it is, and I don't want to be here to complain because, you know, the opportunities have
we're
gone.
not talking about complaining, but we're talking about the reality of the business.
It is harder because you have, I mean, think about how many models there are. There's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of us. And so what really sets you apart? I mean, it's just, you know, the way you move or your personality. You know, like the tiniest thing can matter. And there are pressures, especially nowadays. You have, especially it's really public and, you know, popular in the media is all the pressure to be thin.
Right.
So that's one of the obstacles girls are constantly facing. And so, I mean, you know, and think about it too, for the normal person, a person that's not a model, you're not worried about your looks every day, and as vain as that sounds, you have to worry about, like, if your hair looks too frizzy, like how I feel today.
Because if you go out of the house and you're looking like
that's your job.
Like crapola, and someone gets a picture of it on their cell phone,
you lose the job because of that. So you always have to be like 100% okay. And oh, it sounds so, you know, I know it doesn't sound that tough, but it does add some pressure sometimes. So
you know what I noticed? You're very concerned about, like, other people thinking that you're not appreciative of this, but what I've noticed is that you're extremely appreciative of this. It looks like you're just enjoying it and having fun and making sure people know that, hey, you know, I'm taking this all, you know.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's anything worse than someone who takes, you know, what they have for granted. And so I try not to. And I know with my job, it can be very vain and very superficial. So I try to, you know, explain to people that there is some depth to it, and the people aren't all bad and they aren't all fake, and some people are really nice in the fashion industry. So yeah.
Here's what a lot of the guys are probably wondering.
Okay.
Is she available?
No, I'm actually with my high school sweetheart.
Very nice.
Yes, we've been together.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, he goes to Carolina. Woohoo, which is good in my book. So.
Which helps us segue into the fact that you're in the pages of SI, but she's also a hardcore Tar Heel girl.
Yes, I am. I love Carolina. I went, like, when I was in middle school, elementary school, I'd go to cheerleading camp at Chapel Hill, like things like that. So when you grow up in North Carolina, you either bleed, you know, blue, which I don't know why I'm wearing this color today, or Carolina
Duke blue.
I know. And I realized that someone asked me about being a Carolina fan. I was like, oh my God, I'm wearing Duke colors today. So I apologize. But yeah. Carolina fan.
All right, as we wrap this up, I'm gonna give you let's just try something off the top of our head, okay? I'm gonna kind of give you like an expression, and look into camera 4 over here and just kind of give us the expression. We'll just kind of play and have fun, okay? So, like, pretend instead of that being a you know, studio camera, that it's a that it's
I can't do this seriously.
Camera.
Okay.
Oh, we'll try it.
Okay, we'll
show me joy.
Ah, I'm so joyous.
Okay. Show me confusion. Show me anger.
Okay, maybe not stabbing. Was that too far?
No, I like that. See what you're doing, that's your motivation.
Oh, right. You're motivating me.
Show me how you feel when Carolina beats Duke.
And then I'm like, because I want to punch Duke, because like when they hurt Hansborough, what's up with that?
What was up with that? How'd that make you feel?
I was very angry. But then he got up, you know how Tyler got up, and then like the blood splattered everywhere. He looked so tough, and I was so proud. I was so proud at that moment. And he came back out at the end of the game when they were cutting down the net, and he had like, it looked almost as if like tampons were in his nose. I'm like, that is a trooper.
That's why they call him Psycho T. He's putting tampons or who knows what up his nose, all right? All right, I got one more expression for you, okay? Show me when Duke hammers Carolina.
Shock and devastation. I can't even look at anyone. I just have to look away. You'll see the tears flowing down my face.
Brooklyn Decker, you are a true professional, and I wish you nothing but continued success. What do you got coming up in the near future that we can keep our eyes open on?
Look for, I just shot Gap, so look for Gap coming out soon. And,
like, you mean if you're shopping at Gap, your picture. Brooklyn Decker, it's a pleasure. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Continued success. And thanks for watching this show.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the best place to go for sports.
Brooklyn Decker, the one and only. You want to see her immediately, you get SI. You want to see her in a little bit, go to the Gap because she's going to be over there.
Yes.
All right, Brooklyn.
Thank you.
Take care. We'll be back with more right after this.